Hello. So today's video is about foam rolling. So foam rolling before bed is really awesome. Here at Foundation Fitness, we foam roll before we train. We take about 5 minutes, and each day we do some sort of different soft tissue work. If it's foam rolling, if it's with a lacrosse ball. This is about foam rolling though. So I have 3 foam rollers. They all have their benefits. I really like this. This is called a Rollga, R-O-L-L-G-A. It's really awesome. You see the grooves that it has. So I like it because for your back, your lower back, your mid back, your upper back, your spine can sit right in the middle of this. It's really awesome. So these parts right here kind of go through on the outside of your spine and work the muscles that run along the outside of your spine. So I really like the Rollga. For one of these exercises, this won't work. I like this. So this is Trigger Point. They used to be out of Austin, but I think they moved somewhere else. This is really cool. So it's hollowed out on the inside. I also have some smaller ones that's about half this size. I always tell people like, hey, if you want to take one when you travel, this is a good one to have, the smaller one, because you can just put clothes on the inside of it. You can put it in your suitcase. This is a traditional, so I posted a link to this. This one is actually from Amazon. So the link that I posted, this is really good. This is one we're gonna use for the video. So the first thing I like to do with people is to open up the chest and kind of breathe a little bit. So I posted this video last week on the email. So opening up the chest, you can move your arms up more. You're trying to keep your chin tucked down, your head is resting on the foam roller, and you just kind of hang out for 60 seconds. So breathing, good way to help relax yourself before you go to sleep. You turn it, you're gonna roll mid back to upper back. So if you have the Rollga, you can roll all the way down to your lower back. But if you're using a regular foam roller like this, I wouldn't do it. Just because it could hurt your lower back. So I like crossing over, doing a big bear hug. You can also go behind and bring your elbows together. And you're just rolling. So mid back up towards the base of your spine. So on all of these, 45 seconds might be good, 30 to 45 seconds. If you're going on one leg, 30 to 45 seconds might seem like a long time. So you're gonna go underneath your arms, so your lats. So you're in here, and it might be 10, 12, 15 rolls instead of, if you don't want to keep track of time, you could do something like that. And then you would obviously turn over and do the other side. Then I like to hop up onto the cheek. So pick a cheek, your butt cheek, not your face cheek. So rolling up to where the top of your pants would be, and then rolling down to the bottom. You can also cross that leg over and roll it out there. Again, other side you would do as well. If you find that one side hurts more than the other, I'd actually spend more time on that. Most people that I tell that to don't listen to me, but it can actually do you a lot of good to spend more time on that side to help work out those kinks. The next one is the IT band. So bottom leg is straight. This leg kind of plays a good role. If this hurts really bad, this leg can take more pressure off. You can also put both hands down, but you're trying to roll the side of the leg, and you can kind of work your chest down towards the ground a little bit more, but mainly side of the leg from your hip all the way down to that knee. You can come down to your elbow. Your range of motion is a little bit different, so you would just have to move your arms up or down to get the rest of the side of that thigh. From there, I like going the front side. So you got a few different things. So we have the hip flexor here, right on the front side. So if you sit down a lot, your leg is in this position a lot. So it's good to hit the front side of the hip. You can only do one side at a time, but you kind of work it out. You can, again, turn your hips slightly to hit more of the side where that pocket would be. There's a little muscle in there that kind of make you cringes a little bit, makes you cringe. So you go front of the hip, and then make sure you do both sides. You can go front of the leg. So the front of that thigh, the quads, you can do one leg at a time, or you can do both legs. You can kind of turn your hips a little bit. Same thing though, from your knee down to your hips, or up to your hips. And then the last one, this one's awkward. It's a good position for the camera though. So you're gonna roll the inner part of your thigh, okay? So you get that leg up where the knee is right in line with that hip, okay? So a lot of people will have their knee way down here, like, hey, I don't feel it as much. You wanna get that leg up here. If you wanna increase the intensity, you can straighten that leg out. But keep the leg bent. If you're a beginner and you're rolling, again, hip to knee, you might split it up into different sections, maybe 2 different sections where you hang out by your knee a little bit, and then you get up towards that hip. Again, make sure you do both sides. And then we'll do one last one. It's for our lower legs. So you can have both feet, both legs on there. You can also cross one leg over. And you can roll. You don't necessarily have to lift your butt up off the ground. You can. Just makes it a little bit more challenging on that upper body. I like to pick a spot and just kind of roll it. Your knees bend a little bit, and then you can kind of slide. If you're on a surface that slides, you can kind of slide your butt on the ground. It makes it a lot easier. And then you would obviously switch legs like so. So that's foam rolling. So we pretty much hit from our head to our toes. So we hit our calves, we hit the front of the legs, the side of the legs, the inside of the legs. We hit our glutes, our back, and our lats. If you wanted to, you could go, I like laying, this might be the last one you do. You lay here, you put your neck on it, and you're kind of going side to side. So, one thing to kind of keep in mind is we're rolling muscles, maybe tendons as well, but bones, you don't want to roll on the bones as much. So if you get into a position like on the neck and it bothers that cervical spine right there, stop doing it. We're trying to focus mainly on the muscles that sit to the side of that spine, okay? So if it hurts really bad, it's probably not a good idea. It might be too much pressure, maybe you have something else going on, but should feel discomfort maybe, but at the same time, if you're able to breathe through these movements on this foam roller, should help you relax a little bit. Over time, it does get better. So if it hurts really bad the first time you do it, don't think that it's always gonna hurt. It does get better over time whenever your tissues start to adapt and start to loosen up a little bit. So give that a shot tonight.